Okay, good morning, students. We're going to start our class. This is the class for the week number 4 for our course Competitiveness Module 8 for the 8th semester. And today we want to learn something that is basic in life. That's what I'm asking you to bring to the class: a tie, handkerchief, and some shoelaces, because we're going to learn today the different type of notes and the history of the tie. You know, as a professional in certain activities that you're going to have, you need to dress in a proper way. That's why it's important that you know how to make a note for a tie. And for survival things, we need to know about the notes, especially the ones that are studying engineer, for example. They know how to make the different type of notes. And if you're a lawyer, if you're studying for a teacher in pedagogy, for example, also for any career, administration, every career, you need to dress in a certain type of code in a proper way, because you need to look professional always. And this is part of culture also, because we need also to know and how we're going to present with the society, and how we're going to present in a professional way. So in here, let me show you the goals that we have for the class today. The goal number 1, provide you as a student tools to increase the possibilities of entering the labor and business market. This is the main objective of this class. Also, take advantage of opportunities for professional self-improvement. And you will learn the different type of notes today and how to tie a tie. And also, you're going to learn about the different cultures. We're going to learn about some history of the tie. And you will see that there are centuries that people is using different type of ties. Okay, first of all, we want to have the quotes for this week that are related also to the notes that we're going to learn today. The first one that was told for the president from the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, that says, when you're at the end of your rope, tie a knot and hold on. Well, this is a type of a metaphor, because they are telling us to hang up from something to survive. And the second one, untie the knot in your heart. It's about your feelings, about how you feel about that. The last one that we have for this week was told for Rich Simons, that says, the greatest barrier to success is the fear of failure. Seek the wisdom that will untie your knot. So you have to look for wisdom, and remember that you need to use the wisdom for everything, and your intelligence. So this is part. So we don't need to get like a barrier to success. So everything is in our mind, and we need to seek the wisdom that will untie anything that's going to happen for us in life. So in here, with these 3 quotes, you can see some types of metaphors, and we can use that for our own life. Hold on in a note, untie the knot of your knot that is in your heart, and seek for wisdom that will untie the knot. So I want that you relate all these for your own life and take these for you. Depends on what things you're living or how you're right now in these moments. Okay, just give me one moment. Okay, we're gonna learn today a type of notes. Get this here, okay. So we want to learn today 8 different type of notes. Well, tying a note, it's the most important skills that everybody should learn. It does not only help us in many practical ways, but it can also save lives during an emergency. So depends where we live, depends what we are, but it's important that we know this is something basic in life. Like I said before, we want to learn a different type of notes today. The first note is the one that you see here that says figure 8 note. You see, have the shape of the number 8, and this one is non-binding. This is a quick and convenient stop it note. So when you want to stop something, probably you're pulling something or whatever, any type of work that you're doing, with this type 8 note, you can't stop whatever. So this is a good note for stop. We have the second one that is called half hitch. This note is used to tie a rope around an object and back to itself. So this is good. You will see in there that we have an object there. Well, this is for tie this object. That one is called half hitch. And we use some notes just to tie something, just to pull something. And this half hitch note is useful for that. The third note that we're going to learn today is called half note. Simply binding note, first step to the square note. So this is the simple one, and we want to learn today step by step how to make all these type of notes. That's why I told you that if you can get some shoelaces or string that you can use for the practice that we're going to have today in the class. The fourth one, the noose note. This creates a loop that tightens when you pull. So when you pull, it ties, and this one stop whatever and it help you to hang any type of object. Those are the first four that we're learning today. Remember that tying a note is something important. It's a skill that is part of the curriculum of the university, and we need to know how to do it. Let me change here. Okay. And here we have the other four that we're going to learn today. The note is called overhead note. This is the simplest of the single strand stopper notes. So this one also helps you to stop anything and to hang from everything that you want, and something when you want to stop when you hang any object. The fifth note is called sheet bend. And what happened with that? Joins two ropes. We want to use two ropes here, two laces of unequal or similar size. And this is going to help you just to add another rope to the note. And you're going to get in here a really tight and stub note. Okay. And the last two. We have the other last two. The slip note. The slip note is a simple loop. You see here, it's just a simple loop in rope, and it loses sense when tail in its spool. So when you finish in the last part of a string, of a lace, you can put that one so you can get a really straight note. And that one's called slip note. And the last note is called square note. This is a simple way to join two ropes also. You see here two different type of colors. We use two ropes made of two half notes. So in here, we are combining the note that is called half notes, that are the one that we see at the beginning. So these 8 notes is the one that we're going to learn today. Also, you have some videos so you can see and you can try to do it. And after that, I want that you send me the picture of your note to the group. Okay. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the different type of notes, but those are for the tie. That's why I told you that to get your tie today. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I know that there's a lot of people that don't know how to do a note for a tie. And also we have notes for women. And we're going to learn that today. and we want to learn about just a little bit about the story of the tie through the centuries. Okay, so why wear a tie? We have several types of reasons, and we want to learn some reasons today. And the number one is history favors the gray neckties have symbolized, you see, what symbolize a tie? Nobility, honor, and order. And this is the story of the tie, originating in the 17th century in Europe. The Croatian mercenaries, imagine that, a mercenary, a piece of people that kill anybody for money. Well, these Croatian mercenaries serving in France were the first to wear not neckerchiefs to signal their position and alliances. And we have here an important person, that is the King Louis XIV of France. He admired the way that they dress. The neck was so much, so he began wearing ties as a status style item. So in here we have the story. As you see, was the Croatian mercenaries starting wearing these chiefs in the neck, and then the King of France, they love how they look like. They see that these symbolize nobility, honor, order, a certain type of status. So he began wearing the ties, just a style for them. So he was the one that the first started using ties. Reason number two, why to wear a tie? Because they give you confidence. Ties is a signal capability in the same way that glasses make you like look smart, whatever or not you are. This tie make look influential, whether you actually have a job or not. People operate on their perceptions. You remember that phrase that how you look is how they treat you? Well, it's the same thing. If you wear a tie with absolutely confidence, those around you will assume you possess certain qualities and abilities. And you, as a university professional, well, depends the situation or the place where you go. If you have a meeting, if you need to stay with some different type of people, well, you need to wear properly, and also you need to wear a tie. They're going to give you confidence yourself, and you need the people going to get this perception about you, and it's important that they look us as a professionals. And we have here two more reasons for your career. So, like I said before, like the ones that are studying for be a lawyer, like the ones that are studying laws, they always are wearing a formal way. Or the administrators, engineers, lawyers, the teachers that are studying pedagogy, you need to wear properly. So it's for your career. Ties always mark professionalism. Even if you work in a casual office, a tie can only enhance your presentation. So for impress your boss and colleagues by being the guy who puts a little more effort into his look by wearing a modern tie, like a sky tie. And the last reason to wear a tie is just for looking good. Let's not pretend here just looking good should be the number one answer to the question, why wear a tie? Nothing says sharp dress like a careful select necktie. Well, you want to pick a width that suits your body type, of course. People who dress well are often catered to more. That's a fact with life, whether the life is or not. Okay. And for the girls, also we can wear different type of ties and handkerchiefs also, and pashminas, the famous pashminas. So the reason number 5 is just to go with an extra mile. That is trying to measure a little under 60 inches. So if you were to scale that out according to the respect barometer, they really go a long way. But it's up in you. And you can do a different type of styles just with a piece of fabric, with a piece of any type of colors. And you can wear in a different way, so you can get this way looking really professional and elegant. That's how you want that you see as you a professional. The King of France, remember that he was the one that loved this sport, and he was the one that put that to wear to everybody. So, and countless noblemen like soldiers, founder, and CEOs after them. So after Louis XIV do that, a lot of people is wearing ties for centuries. And here we also have ties for women. So if you see that is not only an accessory just for men, we have different things just for girls also. And I'm going to show you today that there's a lot of ways that we can wear a certain type of ties for women also. So it's not a specific accessory for men. It can be only for girls, for women. So that's why it's important that we know that, and we would like to see pretty and elegant. Okay. And in here we have the questions for this week. You remember that we are now in week number 4. We still have one more class. And in the week number 6, we're going to have our first partial test. So please answer all these questions and be ready for your test. Study for your test. Question number 1. In what century human stores wearing ties? You remember that we talked about a story about what about the century. Okay, remember that number. Number 2. Who were the first to wear not a neckerchief in the war? Remember that there are some people that killed people, but they were elegant and they show a difference in all the community where they live. So what's the name of this group of people? Number 3, who was the King of France who began wearing ties as a status style item? So remember that we talked about that king also. Number 4, how many types of notes we are learning in class? Well, I'm going to give you the answer. Remember that we're going to learn 8 different types of notes today. Okay, and the last question. Notes not only help us in many practical ways, but can also save lives during what? You have to give me that word. So we have these 5 questions for this week. Okay, so let me go. We're going to start our practice. Just give me one moment. We're going to learn one moment.
Nivea Cuidado Facial Hyalurón Gel con el poder
Okay,
del
let me
ácido
skip this
hialurónico deja la
ad
piel
and
extraída
we're
y
going to
fresca todo el
learn
día.
that thing. Just 1 second. Here we go.
This demonstration should take about 5 minutes and be at a pace that you can follow along to.
Okay, so I wanted to get your tie ready. I don't know if you have yours. I'm going to show you first how to do it, and then I want that you see the video. We're going to learn step by step. So remember, we have this tie, so you just put it around your neck. Okay, let me get my camera right. The simple one. We have these two strings right there. So we have 2 different ways of doing like a common a knot for a tie. The simple one and the double. So we want to do first the simple one. So, okay, so you just make like a cross like this. And see if you can see it. And then you make the first loop. So you go from here and you put it there. And you hold it. You hold it like that. This is just the simple note. It have to be something like this. Okay, so after that, you just turn for this side. You just go to the back and you pull it right there. Okay, and we have the simple knot tie. There's another thing. Just give me one moment. Let me put my camera here. Here. Okay, let's do it one more time. Let me show you. You got your tie ready? Okay, let's learn the simple note first, okay? So you just make like an X. You hold with this hand. You do the first loop here. So you go to the back of the tie and you got this one. So it's like this shape. So you just go to the back, go to the front, and then go to the back again, and you pull this. And in here, we have our first note. This is the simple note. Now we're going to learn the double note. Okay, if you like this style. Well, the first one, okay, we do the same thing. We do like an X, hold in here with this hand. Okay, you go to the back. We have our first note. Now we're going to do a double. So when you do a double, you do a second one. So you see here, we have this type of shape. Okay, when you have this shape, you just go to the front and again to the back. You put that to the front and you pull it. And you see here, we have the double note of the tie. So now I want that you see this video and you want that you do it with your the tie. That's why I'm asking you to have the tie. And then also we're going to learn how to make the notes. So first of all, learn this video and we're going to see that there are different ways. And so they're really, really easy. So please get your tie and we're going to learn how to do it yourself. And then I want that you send me some picture in the Telegram room to see if you can do it right. Okay, or if you have any pictures. So here's this video that tells us step by step how to do it.
Before we start, you should note your tie has a skinny end and a fat end. Your first decision is going to be which side of your body you place the ends. It doesn't matter which side your tie goes on. It won't affect the tie tying process. I have posted a mirror image of this video if that suits you better. Not only does your tie have two ends, it has two different sides. The face side is smooth and the seam side is on the back. We're going to start with the seam side down. So take your tie and with the seam side down, place it around your neck. Flat against your body, again with the seam side down. Here's where we adjust for length. You pull on the fat end so that the skinny end is about at your rib cage. Now choosing length is a very difficult step. It's a very important step. But in this part of the process, we're just trying to tie the tie properly, so we're going to skip it. We will get to it later. Now we're going to take the fat end and cross it over the skinny end. Move the skinny end over and take the fat end and cross it over the skinny end, making an X. You'll notice I have one hand holding the bottom of the X. To simplify the process, I'm going to have one hand do all the work, while the other hand just holds. And take hold of your neck is what I call the tie hole. It's this area here. Now there's four places we can put the tie. We can make the tie come out of the hole. We can make the tie go into the hole. We can make the tie go behind the hole. And we can make the tie go across the hole. The first step we're going to do is take the tie and make it go out of the hole. So take the tie and make it go out of the hole. I do that by placing my hand on the front of the tie and then just push it straight up through the hole. With it halfway through, you can use your knot hand to hold the bottom of the tie as you move your working hand around. Pull the rest of the tie through. Flipping it over and let it fall in front of you. Now we're going to take the tie and make it go behind the hole. So, go ahead and grab the tie, pull it over to the side, and just push it straight through behind the hole. I'm going to place it on my shoulder just so you can see that the seam here is now facing out. Also take note that this part here is kind of low. Now we're going to take the tie and make it go into the hole. I'm going to grab under, flip it around, and push it through the hole. As I'm halfway through, I'm going to grab with my pinky. It's not necessary. Just go ahead and pull the rest of it through. Again, now flipping it so the seam side is showing. Take a good look at the knot here. Feel free to give a small tug on the tie at the end of every step. You don't want it too tight, but then again, not too loose. We're now going to take the tie and go across the hole. So take the tie, pull it over to the side, and then make it go across the hole. At this point, I have a good tip for you. Before you go across the hole, put your finger right here. Again, I'm going to place the tie on my shoulder just so you can see that the face is now showing. The next step is to take the tie and make it go out of the hole again. As we do that, we're going to kind of flip it. So you take the tie and kind of just push your fingers around and through. Again, as you make the tie go out of the hole, you're going to flip it over. So again, the face is showing. In future, it's at this point you may want to switch hands, but then you won't have the benefit of the tip I gave earlier. To finish, you're going to take the fat end of the tie and put it behind the across step. It's kind of hard to explain where that is, which is why I told you to put your finger there. So take the fat end and make it go right where your finger is. Again, I'm using one hand here, but at this point, it can be easier to just grab the fat end with that one finger. Either way, you're going to pull the fat end through and keep pulling until the knot is tight. As you're pulling the knot tight, make sure not to lose the skinny end. You can squeeze the bottom to help form the proper shape. Pulling the two tops apart will also help. To tighten the tie around your neck, grab the skinny end with one hand and the bottom of the knot with the other hand. And now you do a pull and slide motion. Pull on the skinny end, slide the knot, pull, slide. Tidy up a bit, make sure everything looks nice. And now you can flip your collar down.
Okay, as you see here, he made it in a slow way, like I did, but it just the Windsor note. So it's the more common that we use, and it's important that you know how to do it because you don't know where you're gonna need it. And also, just to look as a professional, well, you need to wear properly. Okay, now we're gonna learn about the ties. So be prepared for the shoelaces of the strings that you have. Okay. And let me show you that. Okay. In here, we have the first note that we learn. And as you see here in the video, that is easy. Okay. So you have your string. Let me just play this again. You just go to the back and you put it to the center. And this is the first note that we learned today, the 8th note, the shape A note. One more time. You see? It's easy. And I want that you try to do it. Let's do it one more time. We're going to put the video 3 times for every note. So you just go to the back, you make a loop, you put that into the center, and then you pull it, and you have the 8th note. Okay, that was the first one. Remember that our A type of notes that we're learning. The second one, half hitch note. Okay. That's the second one. Remember that we need, when you need to tie an object, that's why you need. Just get something, you can put a bottle, a glass, or anything. So you can learn how to do this one. Okay, let's play that one more time. You just go around the object, you tie that, and then you go to the front of this, and it's ready. One more time. Go to the back, pull it, and then you tie that. Okay, let's go with the third one. The half note. Okay, in here, you're going to put, you want to tie any type of object. You can do that in here. Okay, you do it one more time. You go to the back, you pull it, and then with these two sides, you just go around and it's ready. It's really easy. Just go to the back. And then you can pull it to wherever you can want to hang off anything. So you can do that. Okay, let's check the next note. Is the noose note. Okay, so when you get an object there, you just go around the object, make a loop, and then you just tie it. And this one is ready to pull, and this is going to stop it. So you can put it probably in something like a tree, or you can do whatever you want with that. So this type of note is going to stop it. Anything. It comes again. You see, you make one loop, you make another loop like an 8, and then you pull it, and then you can just squish that, and you can get that, stop it, just to put an object. Okay, we're going to learn the next overhang note. Okay, so as you see, you just make this string, right? Then you just turn that, and then you pull it, and that's it. And then this one is ready. This one is called animated note. Let me play that one more time. You just go make a loop, make another loop, and you pull it. Okay, the sheet band. In here, we need 2 different type of laces. Okay, so you see here how this is work, and this is going to help you just to join 2 different laces, 2 different ropes. Let's play that one more time. You see here we have a loop. We put that in the middle, and then we make another loop to tie the second rope, and this one will be ready. Then you are putting together 2 different laces, 2 different ropes, so you can add in a lot of ropes if you don't have like a large if you want to. And the slip note. Okay, when you want to get some tie object, and just make a note, make a loop. You see that one? It's not that hard, it's easy. You just pull the string, you make a loop, make a second loop, you put that in the middle, and then you pull it. And this is going to stop anything for go away. So you can do that for just to stop any object that you want to. 2 loops, and then you make that in the center, and then you pull it. And we have the last note, that is the square note. Okay, here we use 2 strings, we put it together, and then you just go back, then you pull it to the front, and then you make a loop, a second loop, and you pull it. And this one is ready. Let's check that one more time. So remember, 2 strings, make a loop to the front, make a second loop, and then you pull it, and you can go into add different type of laces, different type of ropes. So this is something that I want that you try. Anyway, I'm going to send you to the Telegram group, the videos. And we have the last video that is for the girls. Okay. You could remember that women also can wear some ties. So check that one so we can learn. Remember that for the girls, I ask you to have like a small handkerchief. One moment.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidas al canal. Yo soy Pilar Castro, consultora de imagen.
Give me 1 second. Here. And these are for the girls. So the way you can see it looks really elegant and it's that easy. And we just need a piece of fabric, a handkerchief. So these are the different types of notes for a woman's tie. To just help you with a little band. There's a lot of tricks that we can use to wear nice. And when you use those are not that type of expensive and you can do that for you. Here's another type of note for a tie. Okay, let's see here. She always help with a band to make this bow and they just pull it and you got your tie ready. Okay, and you go with the third one. So you just turn in your neck. It's just a kind of practice to do that. Okay, and we have ready. So you see, for women, we have different type of styles that we can use. Like that one, you just bend all this handkerchief. And then you pull it with a rope, but that's the string. You just put that in the middle and then you pull it and it's ready. You see? It looks beautiful and it's easy to do that. We just have to go step by step building all these different things. I'm gonna see that the last one, we're almost done with the class. You see, this looks like a flower. Okay. Okay, so this was the class for today. So I want that you try at home. Remember to get the tie for your tie. And I want that you send me the picture of this note. And also try to do the notes with the strings. Remember that we learned today 8 different type of notes. And it's all of these that we're learning is also part of our culture and how the people see in us as a professional in a society. That's why it's important that we know about that. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope that you learned something new today. And I hope that you learn, especially all my students that are all these gentlemen, how to tie this tie. I know that there's a lot of us that probably never have to use that one, but you need to be prepared for any occasion in where you need to wear certain type of ties. And also remember that we learn also that ties are not only for men. So we have ties for girls, for women also. And the importance of these 8 basic notes that we learned today. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope that you had a great Saturday. Have a great day.